Hello everyone. It is Wednesday, October 2nd, and it is time for another Facebook Live. We're doing a little Christmas crafting tonight, so I hope you're ready for that. It's always hard to know when to make that transition, so I'm kind of straddling fall and Christmas at the moment. But I had to play with this reindeer that we got to play with at the retreat I went to a couple weekends ago. Hey, buddy. So while you all are getting on, let me share this with my Facebook page in case somebody is looking for it there. Always takes me just a minute to do this. It's not quite as easy as it used to be. All right, getting better at it. Hey, Jackie. All right, now let's get back over to where I was in case I need to see comments. Okay, I think we're ready now. Okay, if you are new to my Facebook Live, I come to you every Wednesday at 7:30 Central Time. I have to skip or do a recorded one every once in a while, but I'm pretty good about being here every Wednesday, and we make something fun. And then I give away what we made the next week. So last week we made this fun Halloween card with the Encircled in Nature, and it has sparkles on the trees. I did Winkastella on there. Winkastella just does not show up on camera very well, but in person it's very sparkly. So I will tell you at the end who won that card. And then I also have a bunch of other reindeer projects that we made at the retreat that I will show you. But this is the one that I created that we're going to make tonight. This is the Reindeer Fun Bundle. So funny story. I hadn't bought this. And I thought, well, I can't buy everything. I'll skip this one. I won't buy it. And then we played with it at the retreat. And I was like, oh, man, that really is a lot of fun. I wish, I had it. And very first prize that Kay was giving away was this bundle. I said, oh, maybe I'll win it. And I did. So I was so lucky that I won this fun bundle. So now I get to play with it even more. So that's the stamp set. And then the dies are really fun. This is the reindeer. When you look at it, like when we first saw the one we made at the retreat, we're like, oh, that looks really hard. It is so easy. It is just 3 pieces. There's the holly, presents, bows for the presents, jingle bells, lights, this fun cutout, which I used, and then some that cut out the stamps. So the reindeer stamps, the bells, and the tree. So really, really nice set. Other than at the retreat, this card we're making tonight is the only other thing I've made so far. And then there's some really fun paper that goes with this. And Stampin' Up! Is so good about creating paper that you can die cut with the dies. So this is the paper. Bright, cheery, very Christmassy. Doesn't want to come out. Oh, that's because I have another thing. There are some stickers. We used those. That's part of the new scrapbooking line that Stampin' Up! Just came out with. But this is the paper, and of course we used a lot of it, so it's nicely cut up. But there are, it might be this one that you can die cut that with the dies. And then there's also a jumping one, I think. I don't remember exactly which ones, but I love that Stampin' Up! Does this. Let's just look real quick. So yes, that will die cut that. So you don't even have to color it. You can just die cut it. And then let's see what the other one is. I think it might be this one. Let's see. Yeah, so that guy you can also die cut with the dies. So I love that Stampin' Up! Does that. It makes it really quick and easy to make fun cards, and you don't have to color it. But you can. If you want to, you can stamp them and color them and cut them out. But look at just beautiful, bright colors. Lots of fun prints in this. I think that's all of them now. Yeah. So really fun. All right, let's get this out of the way now. I'll put that back together later. All right. And we also used, and I don't know if this is back in stock. I think it was out for a little while. But this fun, let's see, what is it called? Real red and white baker's twine. That looks kind of like peppermint to me. So I'm using that on some of my treats for everyone that's coming to class tomorrow night. All right, but let's get started on this card. So I've already done all the die cutting. The only stamping we're going to do is the sentiment. But I already did the die cutting, so you wouldn't have to watch me do all that. And so so this is some glimmer paper that is either real red or cherry cobbler. I have some of this fun paper. This is the darker, so that's a garden green glimmer paper. I have our reindeer pieces. That's for our sentiment and our card base. And this. So now before I put all those out, I should have done this. I'm going to move these all out of the way because I'm sure you won't be able to tell on the card, but there is some Wink of Stella on that background. So we're going to do that first because it goes everywhere. I have a special bone folder that is for all my splattering like this, and my Wink of Stella, and you just bang it. Oh yeah, I'm getting some good big spots. I like it when I have a variety of spots, and that depends on how juicy your Wink of Stella is. And actually, we're going to turn this over because otherwise we'll get Wink of Stella on everything. So we'll just turn that over. Oh, there, you can see. So see, some of the spots are bigger and some of them are smaller. I love it when it has that variation like that. All right, I'm going to set that aside. Give it a little bit of time to dry. And let's do our little bit of stamping, and then we'll start putting things together. So let me grab my Stampin' Pierce mat. When I'm stamping with photopolymer, it helps if I use a Stampin' Pierce mat because the photopolymer don't have any cushion like the rubber stamps do. I'm setting my card off just so I don't like drop the ink pad on it or something. All right, we're just going to stamp Merry Christmas. This is real red. Whoops. And this is just a scrap that when I cut down my basic white for like the insides of cards, I end up with these little strips. So they're perfect for sentiments. So that was real red I stamped that with. All right, that is all of our stamping. Can get that out of the way. And then we have a little bit of cutting to do. So this is our little holly berries, and they have holes in the middle of them. And so I decided I didn't want the green to show through. So all I did was put a little bit of glue, not too much, and I just tried to pick them up. I just put them on a piece of cherry cobbler. I'm going to leave that there for just a second, and we'll do our reindeer while that's getting time to dry. All right, so our reindeer has 3 pieces. And I forgot to tell you, after this video is over on my blog, I will put all the dimensions to the pieces that I used for this card. So in case you want to recreate it or something similar, you can do that. All right, so here's our reindeer. This is early espresso. This is basic beige, and this is crumb cake. So first we're going to put our basic beige on our early espresso. And I like to use my liquid glue for this because then I can wiggle it until it matches up. So we'll try and put this on here, match it up, and then I can kind of pick it up, whoops, and just kind of wiggle it so that it is on there right where I want it to be. All right, so that's step number 1 of our deer. Ooh, almost got too much there. Step number 2 is this little crumb cake piece. And you can experiment. Okay, I do want a little bit of glue, not too much, with different colors. This was the color combination, I believe, that Kay used at the retreat. So that's why I used it on mine. So this is going to go over that. And again, I can kind of have a little bit of time to make sure it lines up. I have a little bit extra glue there. And look at that. Is he not adorable? And that was so easy. All right, leave him for a second. And now I'm going to cut around this, and I'm going to use these are my sticky scissors. So anytime I'm cutting anything that's sticky, I use these, not my good Stampin' Up! Ones. So I'm going to cut kind of at an angle like this. So that will kind of cut a little bit underneath. I don't want to cut my glimmer paper. And I don't want any of the cherry cobbler showing around the outside. Ooh, I hope I didn't cut that too close. But I do want the cherry cobbler to be showing through those holes so I don't have green showing through. And this is a very tiny piece, so let me get this little piece in here. There. Now we have little berries, but we are not seeing any of the, we won't see any of the green coming through. All right, let's start putting all of this together. So I have my Christmas light paper, and this is going to go, and I made these, and again, I'll put the dimensions on my blog, a little bit bigger than they need to be, just so you don't have to worry about lining everything up perfectly. That middle piece will overlap these. So I'm going to put these on at the top and the bottom. Make sure your lights are hanging down, not upside down. I mean, I guess you could do it that way at the bottom, but I like them both hanging like they would be naturally. All right. Now let's take our beautiful Wink of Stella piece. I'm so pleased with how that one came out. Whoever wins this next week is getting a really nice one. And I'm going to, so this is the back side. This is Granny Apple Green. This is Garden Green. And on the back side of this, I'm going to put my liquid glue. Not all the way to the edge. I cut the Garden Green a little bit smaller. So I don't want to do it all the way right at the edge. And this guy, turn him over and put him down. That way I can make sure he's staying within that green edge. Just hold him for a second. I like to use liquid glue on anything that's embossed anyway. All right, let's turn him over. Ooh, that's so pretty. All right, this guy's going to go on dimensionals on here. I think we'll put one in the middle just to make sure the middle doesn't sag. And I didn't add any other embellishments to this. With the Wink of Stella and the glimmer paper, I thought it had enough on it that it didn't need anything else. So see how this is going to overlap? So you don't have to worry about it meeting up exactly. Just makes it a little bit easier. There we go. All right, let's get our deer on here. And again, I'm going to use my liquid glue. He's going to be resting on the embossed piece. Let's put him about like that. And this guy, our holly leaves, again, green glue. And I'm kind of situating it so it covers up the bottom of the deer. So you don't see that the deer just kind of ends. It just looks like he's behind the leaves. And then the little berries that we cut. See how pretty that is to have the cherry whoops. I forgot, I have to really watch. Glimmer paper is a little challenging, so I have to hold that for a minute. I'm just going to leave it there for a second. And let's just cut our Merry Christmas. I'm just using these because they're handy. This guy I did flat also. Yeah. So again, some liquid glue because it's going to go over part of the embossed piece. So we're just going to put it up here. And that is it. We are done. Is that not so pretty? And that deer is just so cute. So somebody's going to be lucky enough to win this one next week. That'll be fun. All right, let me show you the other projects that we made at the retreat. So these were all using the Reindeer Fun. Thank you. Thank you, buddy. I'm glad you liked it. And that deer is so easy. Patience and I were worried about it, but it was so easy. These were all made with the Reindeer Fun stamp set, some additional dies, and maybe some other sentiment sets. And then this is the stickers, and obviously I didn't get it unstuck enough. So you can take the embossing buddy and put that on the back of your stickers, and then you can make them unsticky. But I didn't do a good enough job on that one, obviously. So we made 3 tags. Patience had to take care of her new puppy. He's so cute. I can't wait to meet him in person. This, again, was using some different dies. So you wouldn't know this was from anything to do with reindeer. And is that... Oh, yeah, that is the sentiment. I was trying to remember. That is the sentiment from this. We just inked up the Merry and stamped it, and then inked up the Christmas and stamped it. And Kay was lucky enough to get some of these peppermint. That poor woman had to go through so much to get those, and we're so appreciative because they are adorable. Here's one with some presents that we die cut and that fun paper. This is one of my favorite prints in those presents. There's some more of that glimmer paper. That's the Granny Apple Green, I think it is. So it's a little bit lighter than what we used here, the Garden Green. This one is very simple but very nice. Just a piece of that Designer Series paper on a card base with some twine. And I can't remember which stamp that's from. It might be the Greetings for All Seasons. This is the reindeer that we made at the retreat. So similar, same colors. I did the same colors. And then she had the little wreath die cut for us out of the glimmer paper and the bow. And then here's another one with that. So this one, we stamped some snowflakes behind it. And this time the cutout is put with the greenery at the top, and I did it with the greenery at the bottom. So it works either way. And then this is die cut out of the paper. And one more with that fun present paper and some more of those adorable peppermints. All right. That is all of the reindeer stuff for tonight, but let's see who won this Halloween card from last week. And the winner of that is Jackie. So I will get that off to her. And next week, somebody will win this card that has the Better Wink of Stella on it. I'm so pleased with how that one turned out. All right. Thank you so much for joining me. Again, the measurements will be on my blog shortly after this, and I will see you next week for something else fun. Bye.